Hello, in this video we're going to do some more comparing of rational numbers and decimals, except this time we're going to throw some negative numbers in there. So our first problem we're going to work on here is comparing negative 1/2 and negative 3/4. Usually when you hear the word compare, they want a less than, greater than, or equal sign. So negative 1/2 and 3/4. So if I were to make a number line here, you'd have 0 here, be 1 here, negative 1 here. Negative 1/2 would be about here, and then negative 3/4 would be about there, and then positive 1/2, positive 3/4. Sometimes students have trouble seeing which is bigger when it's on the negative side, so sometimes just drawing a quick sketch on the number line will help out. Something you also might consider here is turning this into fourths, so that would be negative 2/4. And so we see that if these were positive, 3/4 would be larger, but since they're negative, this one is larger. And so we would say, you could say negative 3/4 is less than negative 1/2. You could also say negative 1/2 is greater than negative 3/4. Alright, let's go on to this next one down here. Again, you can put it on a number line, you can find a common denominator, you could do both. So negative 2/3, if we turn into sixths, is negative 4/6. So this is closer to negative 1, and this is closer to 0. So we know that negative 4/6 is going to be less. I don't know why I'm writing it again. So negative 4/6 is going to be less than negative 1/6 because this is to the right on the number line. Alright, what about decimals? The first one's pretty obvious just because every negative number is less than a positive number. So that one's real easy. The second one, again, if it was just 4.2 and 4.9, then the 4.9 would be greater, but since they're negative, the negative 4.9 is less than negative 4.2 because this one's closer to 0. So this one's closer to negative 5, this one's closer to negative 4 or 0, and so this one's less. Alright, now we're going to do some more comparing. These are fractions and decimals. The first thing I like to do when comparing is see if I can figure it out without doing any calculations. So right off the bat, I know that these are negative, so they're obviously going to be less. I know this is negative 0.25, so that's going to be further away from 0. So I know right off the bat the negative 1/4 is the lowest, followed by negative 0.1. Now I just got to figure out between 0.28 and 3/11. Now those are pretty close, so I'm actually going to have to do some calculation here. So using long division, I'm going to turn 3/11 into a decimal. So I know that 11 goes into 30 twice, leaving us with 8. So we need to add a 0. So 11 goes into 8 7 times, and that's enough to give us the answer. We don't actually have to follow through if we already know which one's bigger. So obviously 0.28 is bigger than 0.27, so we're good to go. So we could say 3/11 and 0.28. Alright, and that's going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching.